Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where this is actually my second attempt at starting this episode. The first time I got about a minute in and then had a pretty bad coughing fit, so I decided to just restart it from scratch. So let me go over what we did in that minute. We got this core going. I ordered these guys to come up and fight this Bengali force. I ordered this unit to go deal with this occupation area. And these guys have the same order standing, but I did order this unit to walk over here and start attacking some of these Bengali forces. And I was just revealing what happened to Russia when the fit started. Take a look at that. So, yikes. That's quite a thing. I'm just soaking this in right now. Yeah. Russia's over here now. There's a little bit of Russia here. And I think... Oh, no, Gotland's independent, actually. And then there's a little bit of Russia here. But check out Bengali West Siberia here. So I was messing around with what we can actually get out of this war. And I came up with something along the lines of this. Now, to be clear, I'm going to want these two provinces. So that means that we're going to need to give up some amount of territory over here. Perhaps like this one would be enough. We'll see what that ends up looking like. But that's definitely an interesting path to take there. From there, I wonder if we would be able to vassalize Russia. It would probably need a war, but we might be able to vassalize Russia from there. That would be very interesting indeed. Are we progressing our annexations now? We actually are. So that's wonderful. We're ready to tick forward here, and let's just do that. Phenomenal. So we've occupied down over here. I'm going to continue to occupy this area. Bengal is occupying up here. That's fully expected for the moment. So that'll be entirely fine. We need to get Bengal out of this war basically as soon as possible, right? I want to catch this unit out over here. We won a battle here, which was expected to win. Do we want to force march here? It will... Actually, force march is this one. It will cost military power per province moved, but that might allow us to catch these guys. We'll see. We'll give it a go. So we're force marching over, and we see separatists out over here. That's fine. I'm going to utilize this force to go deal with that. Okay, so they're heading towards Samarkand. Yes. We do expect all of this going on. Now, these guys are heading southward, making this somewhat dangerous. I'm going to force march these guys northward to reinforce this unit. So for now, that'll be okay. I definitely want to catch these guys over here, and we'll see what we can get done there. We might catch them here. Yes, we're going to catch something here anyway. Yeah, we caught them. Fantastic. So that's wonderful. Now, we're locked in here. We have reinforcements on the way, but so do they. They have a large amount of forces here, roughly the same amount that we have in this region. So we're just going to head on up here. And they're actually a little on the late side, but so are our reinforcements. Actually, they have more over here than I thought they did. That might end up going poorly. Our reinforcements are nearly there. And we've kicked them out of this region. Now we're going to head south. Wow, our reinforcements took so long to get there, even with the force march, and we're locked in. That's unfortunate. However, they cannot replenish these forces. We have a revolt up here in this Georgian region. That's reasonably fine. So chipping this down is okay. We're going to order a retreat here. And these guys, they can come off of force march. At this point, we don't need them to be force marching. So that is reasonably fine for the moment. We're going to head down here. We do see Gujarat moving in over here, and they're low morale. We might want to move in ourselves and see about helping them out. So we're going to do exactly that. I want to get this coring, but we actually have a missionary working in there right now, so we'll get this coring instead. These guys need to get grouped together, and they're going to end up... Oh, right. I want to move you up to here. Okay. We're going to get these guys grouped together. They're going to need a general. Yeah, Georgian separatists. That's fully expected at this time. Okay, I don't know why Gujarat thought that they could pull off that battle, to be honest. They got stack wiped there. So this siege is now over. That's a very, very good thing. We can start heading this direction and continue throwing more forces into this. I believe that we're generating more manpower than Bengal, which is why I'm willing to do this. So for the time being, that looks reasonably fine. I want to get a leader here. You will do. Actually, we had a leader. Okay, but you will still do, and we're going to get you moved up over here as well. We can make a state down this direction, and we will do so. We're not ready to core this, though, so that's not going to be a thing just yet. We need to spend admin power here first. Now, we do see Gujarats on their way in here, and actually, with their help, unfortunate. It takes so long to move around over here. Okay, that's fine. But we can see that they're definitely getting whittled down in their troop count. So, at this point, can we see this up over here? Yes, we can. Wonderful. So, if we drop this, that does allow us to get both of those. Okay, they have 137 reasons not to do this right now. That is understood. And actually, Gujarat is now winning this. Barely, but they won it. Perfect. Now, this is definitely making us quite weak in terms of our manpower. Our manpower is in need of replenishment. But what we need right now, more than anything, is to get all of this occupied. I'm going to send an army up there. It's going to be this army, and we're just going to send it on up. Russia is currently occupied by Kazakh. Okay, noted. That's noted for now. I want these guys to engage down over here. These guys are heading here. Yes, that's fine. I want you to start taking back some of this territory. Okay, so that all looks reasonably fine. There's another core finishing. That is good. We could get this core going, but I'm going to wait 1 month tick. Gujarat is calling us in against Great Britain. I mean, we'll accept that. But we're probably not really going to do too much there. That is going to distract them from the current Bengal War. So that's noted. It's definitely a concern. And this army over here should absolutely move somewhere where it's not taking attrition. That would be for the best. Okay, so we're continuing to occupy territory down here. That's all fine. Separatists over this way, that is relatively expected. We'll actually just redirect this army. They're right here, so that looks good. These guys are going to head down to Purnia now, and we're just going to continue taking back territory over here. Cool. So we are reinforcing here. We need 100,000 men, but that is relatively expected. We are reinforcing at a rate of almost 3,000 per month. So we can continue to core here. It'll be very good to have those cores underway. And we're just continuing to take some territory here. The real question is, how much... We can't really get Pasai out of this war yet. They have 34 reasons not to. Keep in mind, the reason we declared this war was to prevent Bengal from joining a coalition against us. So having this be relatively a stalemate is actually fine. But we do want to get our forces reinforced. I believe us to be currently positive in our manpower. So I'm overall okay with the situation, but we definitely do need to get this work done. No doubt about it. I see Austria is out over here. Ah, I didn't realize Austria was in this. Okay, we'll send these guys out to defend Arabia, I guess. Yeah, I definitely didn't realize Austria was in this war. That's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but I didn't realize it, so that's good to know. What are these guys doing? They're just sitting there? They should be directed up here, I think. There's a lot of Bengali forces up over here still, so I think that that does make a lot of sense. I would like to eliminate this Chagatai force, so we're going to head over there quick. That'll be okay. So once we get out of this Bengal war, then the question becomes, then what, right? We win the Battle of Halab, and that kicks Austria out of here. We're going to head back to Tikrit, and that'll be fine. Phenomenal. We gain in innovativeness here. That's okay. We are currently at 107k men. So we did kick Austria out, but that was relatively expensive, right? No doubt about that. Now, Gujarat is having an effect down over here. Some amount of effect, anyway. And I want to move these guys in like so. I'd like to attack up over here. Ottoman separatists and Muwari separatists. Okay, Muwari here and Ottoman here. We'll go deal with the Ottoman separatists here. For the time being, the Muwari separatists we're going to leave be. Maybe one of our vassals will handle it, but for the moment, it's right next to this fort, so I'm not too concerned about that. So next up, I want to continue occupying in Bengal here. How close are they to wanting this? 137 reasons off, mostly due to demands exceeding war score. Fair enough. We do see this army here. So I'm actually going to send this force up to go fight that. What does Bengal have for troop count now? 85k. They've lost 100,000. Okay, that is absolutely wonderful. I'd kind of like if Gujarat would go deal with this, but I doubt that they will, to be honest. Okay, so we dealt with that, no problem. We're going to go sit in Tikrit, and these guys, they are just going to be sitting here for the time being. Austria's up over here. There's not too much that we're going to do about that for the moment. We're not a co-belligerent in this, I don't think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're not a co-belligerent, so we won't lose all that much from that war if we lose anything at all. So that'll be fine. We need to reinforce this army. So I'm going to bring these guys over. It'll take them a little bit to get there. And in the meantime, these guys are just going to reinforce in Tikrit. So that'll be okay for now. Ah, these Muwari separatists are being dealt with, so that's great. Very happy to see that. We're going to walk up over here. We have allies with us as well. And we'll be the defender here. So we should easily win this battle. Bengal is offering us peace. We decline peace on Bengal's terms. Bengal retreats here. We're now at 50% war score with Bengal. So that's perfect. Looking up over this direction, I want to continue to occupy some territory here. So at this point, how close is Bengal? 128 reasons. We still need a lot of occupation of Bengal, to be honest. So that's reasonably fine. Out on this front, Austria does have a lot of forces on the way in. The question is, would they actually take anything here? They might. They might. So I think that we do need to fight this. It's reasonably fine. So these guys need to continue to push through over this way. That'll be fine. And at this point, we're just trying to get Bengal out of this war as quickly as possible, right? That is our only real goal, is exiting this war with Bengal while this is happening. So I'm going to pull these guys back until reinforcements arrive. We don't have manpower, right? So manpower is a big concern. I'm going to pull these guys over as well. We'll get them started heading over. And this army will remain in Bengal for the moment. These three, so we've got Karakoyanlu separatists out over here. I'm going to leave them be. Austria might fight those for us. So that would be absolutely great if they did. We'd be very happy about that. Beautiful. Where are we for our religion right now? We're at 61? Okay. I'd like to be over on the mysticism side right now, but, I mean, 109k isn't that bad, all things considered. Spain canceled the military access. That's to be expected, I suppose. And we're just going to continue to push in over here. We have occupied here. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, Austria is occupying over this way, which we fully expect at this point. We are shifting forces over to be able to help fight them, but we are not in a position to do that just yet. Austria is stronger than we are, so it's going to be a little complicated with this timing. I didn't realize Great Britain and Austria were allies. But they are. Okay, and Great Britain just called them in. They are fighting our rebels there, which is nice of them. So out of curiosity, how close are we to a white peace here? 60 reasons. Okay, noted. We are bringing forces over, and they're going to be grouping up somewhere around here, right? And we're going to make our stand somewhere around this way. But we do need to get Bengal out of this war very, very, very swiftly. So that is our goal, is to get Bengal to exit the war. To that end, we might want to take less than what we have selected here. So if we ended up doing, what's a minimal claim that they would accept here? They would accept this. We could definitely get more, but we're currently fighting Austria, right? So I really feel like we need to get out of this war with Bengal. And we need to do it quickly. I don't really care about any of these people. Yeah, that's all absolutely fine. So we're going to send this demand. We're going to exit the war with Bengal. And that did give us a bunch of new territory. And we're going to start shifting these armies over. So they're going to head over this way. I want to make sure that all of our armies are heading over. And they indeed are. All 6 of them, right? We should have one up here that isn't. Yeah, get heading over here. Okay, now, as far as coring goes, we have a lot of overextension. However, we can see a lot of this is actually giving us 0% overextension. So we can just core here, and that'll be fine for now. We can then just continue to make our way down this list. This is not as bad as I thought the overextension would be. So that's reasonably fine. Chagatai Khanate separatists out over here. We'll just deal with them as we go through, I think. That'll be fine. So we can see Britain is fighting the Ottoman revolutionaries out over here. It looks like Britain has decided to attack us. Let's see. Interest per annum or yearly inflation reduction. We're going to take the inflation reduction here, and that does give us some admin power. So we may be able to get some coring going. We are going to wait, though, I think. So that'll be fine for the time being. So for right now, I want these guys to continue to head in, right? Egypt entered into a military coalition against us, as did Hadramaut and Russia. Neither of those are particularly spooky. What's Lithuania at? Only 30, so that seems okay. We do need to reinforce our forces. No doubt about that. I'm actually just going to pull these guys all the way over. So we have armies on the way. Sind entered into a coalition against us. No shockers there. Armenian separatists up over here. That's people for Austria to fight. So we're fine with that for the moment. Note how we are still positive in our war score here. Ticking war score is staying up here. So that seems good. All we need to do is force them into not wanting to fight this war anymore. That's the overall goal. Wallachia entered into a coalition. We don't care. Now they're coming up over here, looking at threatening us here. I want to take a look. What's the miltech of Britain? 27, and Austria's at 27 compared to our 27. Okay, we're going to grab a diptech here. That'll be fine. And of course, we are working on annexing some people here, but that's fine for the moment. So Gujarat is now going to be focusing on this side as well. Because remember, they're the ones who were declared on. So they're going to be pulling their forces over here as well. For the moment, we are regenerating our troops as much as we can, about 3,000 per month. We could consider hiring some mercenaries here. I think I would like to avoid that for the time being. I'm wondering if these guys are going to attack us here, or they're now just coming this way. Okay, I'm fine with that for the moment. They're taking attrition, and moving 5 towards mysticism is good. Austria is continuing to grab territory up over here. This is all expected at this time. Ah, I didn't see Britain's army up over here. Okay, so we're going to need to deal with that. We're going to head up this direction. I want to actually force march both of these armies. So we're going to force march this one and force march this one. They are going to make their way up here as quickly as they can to try to rescue Nogai's army. Nogai is trying to hold Britain there, and we're just going to head in. Excellent. So Britain was knocked out of there. That's good. Now I'm going to bring both of these armies southward, along with this one. They're currently force marching, and I don't actually want them to be force marched here. So I want these guys to not force march. I want all of these units heading southward. We need to start pushing these guys out, right? So we need to attack down here and start marshaling some forces to remove them from this region. That's the overall goal here. Missionary unable to convert a province. Okay, go ahead and cancel that then. That'll be fine. And this one is actually progressing, so that'll be fine. So downward we go. Hasili separatists down here. That's fine. Great Britain has occupied Baghdad. They were very rude to declare this war when they did, to be clear. They were exceptionally rude about that. That's a core finishing up, and that's very, very good. I want to continue to core here. We are quite overextended at this moment, but we are going to end up fighting Austria here. That fight went very badly. Why is this fight going so badly? They're a little bit better in military tactics, very slightly higher in morale, but it's mostly discipline. And the fact that technically they are defending in mountains here. Okay. So we're going to retreat here as best we can. There we go. All of these guys are retreating to Calm. That seems like a good place to retreat to. So that's fine. Losing that battle is painful, no doubt about it. But we have almost all of our armies here now. In fact, yeah, they're pretty much all here. So all we need to do is remove them from this area, right? That is our overall goal. And the war enthusiasm here is ticking up, so that's reasonably fine for the moment. Okay, so we're going to group these guys in here. And we are going to need to regenerate some morale here, but I want to head not like that. I want to head down over here and just cut them off over here. Ah, separatists. So there are separatists here that are going to get taken care of by our ally, and these Austrians over here. Okay, that is noted for right now. Note how ticking war score is still going up here, and Gujarat hasn't brought their forces to bear yet. They are still quite a ways over here. So far this is going kind of okay. Ardalan separatists, that's good. Karbaki separatists, that's good. Ah, all of these separatists are actually quite good for us. So all of these are going to fight the enemy, and we're very happy about that. Now we're going to have to spread out our forces a little bit here, right? We're going to have some attrition issues with all of our forces stacked together like this. That is understood, and we will need to deal with that. So for the time being, we're just going to get these guys spread out like so. Cool. So all of our forces are marshaled together here, and we are working on kicking these guys out. Ah, Gujarat is going to attack Great Britain down here. That is good. We are very happy to see that. And they annihilated that army. Ah, the revolution is back in the Ottomans. Okay. And we have Guji separatists out over here. For the time being, nothing to do about that. We've got bigger fish to fry right now. So that's okay. We're going to move our forces up in a bit of a front here. We definitely need to be regenerating our units, right? Our manpower needs a lot of work. So we're going to head up over here. And we're going to look to push in some of these units over this direction. Note how there's currently... Oh, high counter revolution. Note how there's currently not all that many forces over here. That's a good sign. Russian separatists up over here. Nothing really to be done about that at this moment. Okay. Spain rivaled us. That is not shocking. Although I really would have preferred to get to make friends with them, but whatever. And these guys can head up over here. These guys can head... I don't really want to head there for now. I just want to push our way through Iraq for the moment. Okay. More separatists out over here. The separatists are not surprising. We have a lot of overextension right now. No doubt about that. And we just need to push our way through these areas and get this territory taken back. What we need more than anything, and we just got some power there, which is nice. What we need more than anything is to get rid of the overextension. And we need to get out of this war. So whatever that ends up looking like, we need to get out of it. So in order to exit this war relatively cleanly, we need to take back this territory. So we're just going to take back all of this. We can see they're kind of falling back in front of our armies here, which is a good sign. They occupy cars up over here. Yeah, that's fine. Gujarat is out in this area, but their main forces are a ways behind. They do have more armies on the way north. So for the time being, this seems reasonably fine. Transoxanian Particularists up here. And Greece entered into a coalition against us. What is our aggressive expansion with Greece? 128? Okay, fair enough. That's absolutely fine. We're not surprised about that one. Okay, so we won back this location. Perfect. We're just going to continue taking these over. I will allow Gujarat to go here. I'm concerned about this Austrian army with our small force here. So that's reasonably okay for the moment. What we need at this point is manpower, right? That's what we need more than anything. Chagatai Khanate separatists out over here. That's fine. I'm hoping Arabia will deal with some of this for us since their forces are still out there. That would be ideal. I do want to core here That'll be fine. We do need to get a lot more cores made. No doubt about that. But our overextension has dropped, hello pause menu, has dropped a fair amount here, and that's all looking good. So at this point, we see Armenia is getting attacked by Austria here. With Great Britain right behind, I'm not sure there's anything we can really do about that. I'm going to move this army here with this army more in reserve. I'm swapping these positions. Unfortunately, Armenia is just going to get obliterated a bit there. And we're going to move in some forces here to be able to resist Austria and Great Britain. I do want this siege to end very badly. Let's see if it did. It did not. Oh, it hasn't actually ticked over yet. So revolts here and here, that's fine for the moment. Sure, we'll gain some prestige. That's fine. Okay, so these units are currently chilling here. This did not end up succeeding. They're just sitting here right now. The longer we go without fights, the happier we are, because we need to reinforce a lot. These rebels are getting taken care of for us. That's a core finishing, and cores finishing for us are really good. Counter-revolution is giving us 5 unrest right now, which is kind of huge. So our national unrest is not pretty. There's no doubt about that. Let's get Rutog done, and it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will continue to defend against Austria and Britain. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.